in Baltimore. Savannah, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
So what happened? What was the reason we had the embarrassing cry?
So I was about 6 months pregnant. Me and my fiance were living in a townhouse at the bottom of a hill, and it's only like parallel parking, So I couldn't find a parking spot in front of my house, and I had to park at the top of the hill, and it was the most inconvenient, emotional time, I think, in my life. Waddling up and down a hill is not fun. Not fun at all.
I can't imagine. But also completely fair, too. That's completely fair.
And those pregnancy hormones will make you cry over anything.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Wait, hold on, Savannah. Wait, Savannah, hold on. I lost you a second. No, there you go. What were you saying?
I was, when I finally got parked and walked into the house, I mean, I'm sobbing, snot and tears. My fiance thinks, something is seriously wrong. And I was like, I had to park at the top of the hill. And he just kind of, blankly stared at me. And I was like, it doesn't matter anymore, does it?
No.
Why did you save? Savannah, if he loved you, he'd save spots for you. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Ooh.
Stay woke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, seriously.
1 second, Savannah. Thank you for calling. You were in the running. Let me go in Columbia. Brenna, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, you're embarrassing cry, girl. What happened?
All right, so my husband and I had just gotten married, and I had very old, worn out shoes. The soles almost had holes in them. Ooh. And he was like, Brenna, your shoes are terrible. We need to go get you some new ones. And I just started crying because I thought that he just didn't like what I wore, and I had no style.
Oh.
It was a weird thing to cry about because they were awful shoes.
Yeah, when Molly and I first started dating, she had shoes that, it's the kind of shoes when the time traveler comes back after being stranded in space for 10 years. It looked like Wolverine's shoe to my girlfriend. We need to spend $10 on new shoes. I understand. Brenna, 1 second, you were in the running. Oh, I get this. Kirsten, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so our embarrassing cry, what happened?
So I was on my way to a job interview at a doctor's office, and I'm not familiar with the Frederick area, so I'm following my GPS, and I pull into an area that it looks like.
Oh no, Kirsten! Hold on, we lost you. Hold on 1 second. Let me go in Middle River. Alyssa, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so your embarrassing cry. What happened?
So I was pretty drunk one night, and my friends I was already a little upset, so they were trying to cheer me up and asked me about my favorite band, the Beatles, and they asked me who my favorite Beatle was, and I was so upset that I couldn't choose. I started hysterically crying.
Oh, that's fair, though. They're all great.
I mean, Alyssa, can I ask a couple questions? How many questions did they get to before they start asking about favorite Beatle? When they're trying to cheer you up, that, because that seems pretty far down the list.
No, it was pretty up there. They were asking me about my favorite crushes, so I had to choose between Ed Helms and Johnny Knoxville, and then they asked me about the Beatles. So it was a real hard question. It got to me.
Can we go back to your crushes really quick?
Ed Helms, of course, Andy on The Office, Johnny Knoxville of Jackass fame.
Two very different people.
Yes, they're very different, but they both have little nerdy qualities that I love about them.
A follow-up question to Alyssa. So your favorite band's the Beatles. Can I just ask how old you are? Because I feel like you sound young.
Yeah, I'm 29, but I like a lot of classic rock.
Sure. I was gonna, no, did a parent or grandparent get you into the Beatles?
Definitely my parents.
Okay. And by the way, Beatles are fantastic. So no shame in that game. Alyssa, hold on 1 second. You are in the running. Oh, my gosh. There's so many of these. Let me go. Oh, no. Jenny in Arlington, good morning.
Good morning.
Jenny, how did you survive this?
I almost didn't, and neither did my marriage.
Okay, so what happened, girl?
Just kidding, mostly. I was pregnant, and I had made a perfect toaster strudel, perfectly frosted. Turned around, the dog was behind me, and it slipped off the plate, and the dog ate it very quickly before I could even react.
No.
And my husband said, "Aren't there 7 more in the box?" and I burst into tears.
Doesn't matter. You perfected that
Yeah.
icing on that one. You wanted it right that second. I get
exactly. I needed that one. Thank you.
I get it.
For visual purposes, Jenny, what kind of dog do we have?
American Bulldog, like a rascal.
Okay.
Rascal's dog.
All right. So this thing falls in slow motion, and that thing he got more wrinkles than I don't know, a wrinkle in time.
No.
Eyes get huge, and it's just gone in the blink of an eye.
Yep. And I stood there for a minute. My husband very logically was like, just make another one. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's men. Listen, men have plenty of solutions. You just ask, we'll look at anything. We got solutions for it. Jenny, 1 second, you were in the running. Let's go in beautiful Leesburg. Is it Takaya?
It's Takia.
Takia, I'm sorry about that. So, Takia, your moment, the embarrassing cry, what happened?
Yes, so I had a long day at work. It was a very good day. I couldn't complain at all, but I was most excited to go home and eat this cheesecake that I had been saving all day.
Wait,
and so
what kind of cheesecake, girl? Wait, hold on. What flavor? We need to know this.
It was a New York-style cheesecake, like an original cheesecake with cherry drizzle on the top.
Oh,
Yeah,
so good.
It is my favorite. So I got home, and my mom was like, oh, how was your day? And I'm like, so excited, but I really just want my cheesecake. Like, all I want right now is to go upstairs and eat my cheesecake. And she goes, oh, by the way, I ate it. And I hysterically start crying, and I can't calm myself down because I'm so upset because I've thought about this all day. So about an hour passed until she's like, you finally need to calm down. Like, your cheesecake is in the fridge. Relax. And
I mean...
Wait, so she didn't really eat your cheesecake? She just said she
did?
did?
She just said she did, and she let me cry for an hour.
I mean,
that is
kind of funny.
mean.
Although I'll maintain, like, it should be written in the law. Somebody eats your leftovers, you can drop kick them in the face. I don't care
Without
if it's a child,
asking?
old lady.
Absolutely.
I don't care who it is. Straight kick to the
In
face.
her defense, she had to let me, like, I couldn't calm myself down, so she was trying to, like, let me calm down. And finally she was like, okay, you got to get over this. I didn't eat this cheesecake.
Yeah.
And
my
real
gosh.
question, though, how bomb was the cheesecake?
Oh, my God. It was the best.
Yeah.
I bet it was.
I could end up sharing it. I did share a piece of it with her because I cried.
You're a better person than I. Takia, thank you so much for calling. Have a great day. You are in the running. Oh, by the way, vote for your fave over text 99338. Is it Kai? Kai, is it? Are you there, Kai?
Yes.
Okay, am I saying your name right?
Yes, hi.
Okay, perfect. So your embarrassing cry. What happened?
So I was in like my early 20s, and I got an overdraft at the bank. And I went to the bank and paid my last little bit of money to clear the overdraft. And then they told me, oh, you cleared it, but we're still going to close your account. So I left the bank crying, got in my car, and as soon as I got in the car, I got a call from my job, and they basically let me go. So punching the grill, crying, really, like sobbing. And then I turned my head, and it's this little old lady, and she did like the slow roll down of her window. And she was like, are you okay, sweetie? And then I just bust out crying even more.
I would too,
to
be
like
fair.
Always in my head now.
Yeah. That I mean,
man.
I get that. Yeah. And then she's like, oh, I was just asking. That's like, okay.
Man.
But sweet, the old lady, though. Kai, 1 second, you were in the running. Let me go in Fairfax. Lahiri? Am I saying that right, hopefully?
Lahiri, yes.
Lahiri. Okay, so you were in TSA, and what happened?
Yeah, so I have a pretty unique name, and so I never have personalized anything. Like you go to a gift shop, you never get your name on it, right?
Sure.
Same girl.
So I got a personalized water bottle finally, and I'm at a work thing in South Dakota in this little TSA, and I forget to empty my water bottle. And instead of getting out of line, I don't know what came over me. I was with a coworker, and I just like put my water bottle in the trash can. I get to like a TSA agent. He saw me do that. And he was like, calm down. It's okay. And then all of a sudden I'm crying as I'm walking through like the little scanning machine. And I come out on the other end and I'm telling my coworker what happened. And she just kind of like, there, pats me on my back.
Yeah.
And I'm just now full-blown crying at the gate.
Well, and the real tragedy, Lahiri, is now nobody knows that you went to South Dakota. There's no proof.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Exotic place to go. Did you see Mount Rushmore?
Yes.
Did you see Mount Rushmore when you were in South Dakota?
I did not. I got to go see the Corn Palace instead.
Well, I mean, listen, Midwest,
That
baby.
sounds fancy.
Listen, Midwest is a place where we have treats like the Corn Palace. It is what it is. Like, here, 1 second, put you on hold. You were in the running. Yes, like Minnesota has like the Spam Museum, and we have like the giant statue of Paul Bunyan, who obviously wasn't real.
Whoa.
It's the Midwest,
Yeah.
baby. You know, we don't have a lot, so the things we do
world's
have.
only Corn Palace kind of looks like a pretty cool place, though.
I mean, you can't call yourself the Corn Palace and just be basic
not-
and have
yeah,
like cornstarch.
That's so
Do you-
true.